everything right, it was you and me.
Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be my February 2022 TBR, and I have high hopes for February. For half of December and basically like all of January, I have been in a huge reading slump, so we are aiming pretty high in February. I want to read tons of books, and hopefully February is the month to do it. As you guys know, I love romance books. That is my top genre that I like to read, and February is the month of love, so I have some exciting books. None of these are going to be super sweet and just like overall cuteness, because that's just not 100% my speed, but we do have some dark romances and some other fun type of romance books for the ones out there that love it. But who knows, maybe I might slip up and pick up a super cute and sweet romance book in February. So do I know what a lot of these are about? Not really. I never do until I read it. I like to usually go in as blind as possible. That's why I probably will not have a lot of information on these books, but let's just get into it. So the first book that I really want to read in February is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I have never read Lauren Asher before, and I actually received this one for Christmas, so I thought February would be the perfect time. I don't believe Lauren Asher writes super dark romance books, but I don't think they're always 100% like sweet and cute. I think this might be like a Grumpy Sunshine, maybe hate to love situation, which I always love so much. I know that this could possibly be an age gap because it's between this girl and her employer, who's the boss, but I'm super excited about this book because it takes place, I think, at like an amusement park type setting. He owns like a bunch of amusement parks, and she emails him with a bunch of ideas and telling him the reason why one of the amusement rides sucks, and then that in return leads her to get promoted, and she gets, and I guess like romance ensues between her and her boss. And that's the extent that I know of this book. I am super excited to go in as blind as possible, but I know people love Lauren Asher and love this book in particular, so I'm very excited to read it. The next book that I really want to read in February is Sinner by Sierra Simone. This was, I believe this is like the special edition for Hello box. They sent it to me, and I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I found out that this is not the first book. Apparently it's Priest and then Sinner, and I heard that Priest is very good, but not as good as Sinner, and I read the back of Sinner and I was like, yep, exactly. What I know about this book is this girl, so the hero is like a super not a good guy. He says that he's never claimed to be like a good guy. He just does what he needs to do, and he doesn't really care about people's feelings, just like a really cold-hearted person. And then the heroine is actually the younger sister of the hero's best friend. She is becoming a nun, or she's like in training to become a nun, but before she becomes a nun, she wants to learn more about her sexuality and her sexual expression. So she goes to the hero and is like, listen, I need you to teach me some things. And he's like, absolutely not. And his reasons were, she's my best friend's little sister, she's too young for me, like way too young, so I'm guessing it's an age gap as well. And then the third one is she's a nun, or about to be anyway. He still wants her. He doesn't really care about these obstacles, and I'm super excited about this. This just sounds right up my alley. I don't read much like Catholic priest type things. I don't even believe he is a priest, but I know that she's about to become a nun, so I'm very excited to read this. Let me know if you guys think I should read Priest first still, or if I could just go into Sinner, and let me know which one you guys like better, because I'm super excited to read this one. The next book that I really want to read is Mafia Mistress by, I think her name's like Mila, I forgot the last name, but it starts with an F. And this one I've been seeing a lot on TikTok, and it just sounds so good. So it's obviously like an Italian mafia romance, which I love, and I've also been in the mood for like some mafia recently, so I'm super excited to try a new author. But I believe she is getting sold off like arranged marriage style to the capo of a town in Italy, or a city in Italy, and I guess maybe she gets like rescued or like intercepted on the way to go marry her husband, and I guess this guy like captures her, and I'm kind of making it up as I go, but I think it is, she falls in love with somebody who she's not supposed to. She's in a arranged marriage, and the hero is apparently like super cold-hearted and just what we love to read about in Italian mafia romances, so I'm very excited to read this one. The next book that I really want to read is The Risk by St. Abbey, and I've had this downloaded on Kindle for so freaking long, and I don't know why I have not started it yet, but this book recently has been blowing up, and all I know about this is the girl is a serial killer and the hero is like a detective trying to figure out who is killing all these people, not knowing that his girlfriend is the one who's killing everyone. And I know that these are super short, and I hear that the series is super amazing. It's been blowing up, so I'm very excited to read this one as well. The next book that I really want to read is The Finisher by 𝓲𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I love 𝓲𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I've read everything that she has come out with, and she has quickly become one of my favorite authors. This book is the 4th book in the Darkverse series, and I am just so excited. I have the arc for it, which I didn't get around to before it came out, but I'm very excited to read it. It follows 2 new characters. Well, the hero was actually introduced in some other books. The heroine and him, this is like their first fully fledged story, which I'm super excited about. I believe it's like enemies to lovers. I believe it's hate to love, maybe even rivals. So I'm very excited to read it. The next book that I really want to read is 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓲𝓪 by Kennedy Ryan. I believe this is the prequel that you read before you read the rest of the books in the Grip trilogy, and I just hear amazing things about this series. My best friend Reagan from 𝓲𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓲𝓪 just finished, I believe she just finished the series and she loved it, and she's like, you need to read it. So of course it is on this list. I'm hoping I can at least read the short prequel this month or in February, but I am just so excited. Like, I think that this is going to give me everything that I need in this life, and I love Kennedy Ryan. I always say I need to read more of her, so I'm very excited to read it. The next book that I want to read in February is Hush by Liza James. I actually finished Vibe. Don't worry, I know a lot of you guys asked for a reading vlog of those 2 books, and I filmed the first part where I read Vibe, and now I just need to read Hush, and I'm super excited to read Hush because we got introduced to the 2 main characters in the last book, and their energy just seems like so fiery. And the first book, I'm not going to say anything, but just be ready for the vlog. So I'm very excited to read Hush this month. The next book that I really want to read is Filthy by 𝓶𝓮𝓭𝓲𝓪, I believe is her last name, and I've just been seeing this one all over TikTok as well. I believe this is like a mafia series. I'm not 100% sure though, or maybe like a billionaire series, and each book follows I think they're all brothers, and each book is called like Filthy something, but the first one is just Filthy. And I've been reading like the little smut scenes that people have been putting on TikTok, and it just sounds, I read them and I was like, stop, I need to read the series. So I'm very excited. I hope it's mafia. Also kind of hope it's billionaire though, because I just have not read a billionaire romance in a long time. Like, when I think about billionaire romances, I think like 50 Shades of Grey and like books around that. And actually, that is so not true. I just read The Takeover, which you will get my thoughts in my wrap up, but that was a billionaire romance. I just feel like I don't read many of them often, so I'm very excited to read it. The next book that I want to read is called Fake Out. I forgot who the author is, but this book was recommended to me from my best friend Em from Em Reads Romance, and she loves this book, and I'm so excited. And I think how she describes it is fake bisexual to lovers, I believe. So this guy, he finds out that something about his girlfriend, and to get back at her, I guess, he starts fake dating this guy, and from there they actually fall in love. So it's like a bit of a little plot twist for his girlfriend, I believe ex-girlfriend. I don't think there's any cheating in here, but it just sounds so good, and I've never read a story with this premise before. I thought it was so unique when she described it to me, so I'm very excited to read it. And the last book that I really want to read in February is Good Girl Complex by 𝓿𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I have an arc for this as well, so I need to read it before it comes out. I actually read like maybe the first chapter, and I don't know what it was about this book, but I couldn't fully get into it. I know a lot of people have read the arcs and they have not been liking it, but this just seems like my type. Apparently it is a toxic romance. Apparently if you like After, you'll like this book. Hate to say, I love After like so many of you guys, so I'm very excited to read it, and hopefully I love it as much as I think I'm gonna love it. I just know that it is toxic romance, and that's all I really need to know. So that was the last book that I am going to talk to you guys about today. If I read other books, check out my wrap up, my February wrap up, to see what I read in the month. But yeah, I'm super excited about February. Again, I have extremely high hopes because I just want this reading slump to be over, but I am also in the beginning of the semester, so we shall see. But I'm super excited, and I have tons of free time as well because a lot of my classes are asynchronous, so I'm hoping to read as much as humanly possible. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a big like and a comment down below, and also subscribe so you never miss another upload from me. And I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.
If I got one thing right, it was you.